Hi, my name is Viola Zgoul, and today we will be discussing post World War II era. It's between 1945 and 1950 in Europe. We're gonna go through the fabrics and textiles, and then the fashion trends from undergarments to hairstyles, makeup, footwear, gender roles, society and culture, and political influence. Main fabrics of that era were wool and cotton. They were mostly used, but rayon emerged, and at that time you could see some technological advances which increased garment production as women went back to workforce and they needed more clothes, so they had to increase production. The colors that were used were muted with the focus on earth colors, which is expected coming out of war and depression. Comparing it to fabrics and textiles of today, nowadays we have the textile range from synthetic materials to organic, sustainable fabrics, and recycled fabric. The technological advances reduce textile waste during production, which is so important. As well, the digital printing are on the rise. The colors we use are bold and vibrant. And now, today as well, you can see some vegan furs and leathers. They're in demand as animal activists spread awareness. Fashion trends during 1945 and 1950. For women, they wore dresses which were elegant and feminine, A-line shapes, floral prints, and knee-length hemlines. But in 1947, Christian Dior introduced a revolutionary look. It's called the New Look, and it completely turned the fashion trends upside down. It introduced a full dress skirt with padded bust to elaborate and introduce a smaller waist. It became so popular, and the popularity of this style reached to the US so fast, even before some parts of France itself. Trousers for women were rising a bit in popularity, but women in that era they preferred feminine looks. But don't forget, now women are going back to like workforce, and they're like going back to workplaces, and they needed something to be more casual and more practical. While men wore classic tailored suits featuring wide lapels, high waist, and wide leg trousers. During the post World War II era, hats they became a bit less important than it was before. With that said, women were still often wearing fancy hats during this time, especially when dressed up for a formal occasion or attending a special event. Till today, hats are still a very important accessory, whether we're wearing it with like in a casual look or a more dressy look. And designers they put their logos on it, like you could see in this like Fendi one, but all designers they use their logos on the hats, and it's still a very important accessory. Women's shoes were mainly made of leather, and they come in different designs like a slingback or slip-ons or espadrille, and they come in different, the heels could be different height. Today, the most common materials used to make shoes are leather, textile, cotton, polyester, wool or nylon, synthetic rubber, and foam. It could be open or closed cell foam. Leather is flexible and elastic, but very sturdy and strong, which makes it the top choice for shoemaking. And in terms of design, like I can't even start to describe it. Creativity is on the rise, and like if you look in this picture, they've used a nail polish as a heel, but we've seen it all at this time. Like I've seen ones with lipstick shape on the heel and different shapes and forms, different height for the heels. But training shoes is very popular as well, and casual look. And now they're introducing it as well as part of the formal wear. As for undergarment, women wore garter belts to achieve the iconic hourglass silhouette for the new look, and men primarily wore white briefs and undershirts. Today, women undergarments have increased comfort and variety in choice. Corsets are sometimes worn for waist training or as part of formal wear, but otherwise not so common. For men, t-shirts or sleeveless shirts are still the norm, and the boxer brief with a tighter fit on the leg also is still common. As for gender role, the government launched campaigns to encourage women to enter or stay in the labor market to fill the labor shortage. There was a struggle, though, for equal pay, and there was a marriage bar, like once a woman reaches a certain age, like she cannot be working as much. As we progress to the 21st century, gender roles vary, and there's a lot of gender fluidity. Women are in every work field. The gender lines blur and societal expectations are challenged. Men's wear is less defined, comfort and athleisure fashion is highly in demand. As for societal, cultural and political influences on fashion trends between 1945 and 1950, the main influences were, I would say, the Christian Dior new look. As well, Hollywood played a major role in influencing the fashion scene in Europe. And after war, there was like the recovery and reconstruction. So people, they had to go to the workforce back again, and it affected the fashion scene dramatically. As for the current influences of today in Europe, I would say social media, LGBTQ, and the environmental activism. These are the major influences on fashion today. Thank you.